China's economic engine is in free fall. Entire factories are shutting down, foreign orders are vanishing, and millions are losing their jobs. The U.S.-China tariff war of 2025 has reached a catastrophic new level, yet President Xi Jinping refuses to change course. Is this the collapse of a global superpower, or the start of a new world economic crisis? I'm Janet MacArthur, and tonight on Live News 16, we expose the shocking truth behind China's economic collapse and why the world should be alarmed. China's manufacturing base, once the envy of the world, is now a graveyard. From Guangdong to Yiwu, machines have stopped, workers have been laid off, and exports have dried up. Factories that once pumped out garments, electronics, and machinery are now shutting down at record speed. Small manufacturers are slashing prices just to survive. Clothing is now so cheap, it's barely worth shipping, but nobody is buying. It's not just deflation, it's economic desperation. The turning point came on April 9, 2025, when former President Trump's reinstated trade policy slapped a 125% tariff on Chinese imports. This wiped out 90% of U.S.-bound Chinese exports overnight. Factories that depended on U.S. buyers lost everything. No orders, no revenue. Thousands of Chinese businesses went bankrupt. Employees were laid off with zero compensation. China's economy began bleeding fast. To survive, Chinese manufacturers turned inward, but this triggered a ruthless domestic price war. Products are being dumped at half price. Quality has collapsed. People are calling it the poison wave. Workers are being paid less than $300/month. One woman said, "We're starving. We can't even pay rent." And yet the CCP insists everything is under control. Nowhere is the damage more evident than in Guangdong, China's richest province. Once a symbol of economic strength, it's now on the verge of financial collapse. With trade drying up, local governments are running out of money. Officials warn they can't pay civil servants or retirees. China's economic map is unraveling. If Guangdong fails, northern provinces go down next. So what is China's leadership doing about this crisis? Nothing. Xi Jinping refuses to blink. Instead, he's quoting Mao-era war speeches. "We will win this trade war at all costs." The Chinese Communist Party is betting on the suffering of its own people. They believe the public will endure poverty and starvation for the sake of national pride. The question is, for how long? In retaliation, Beijing raised its own tariffs to 84% on American goods. But here's the kicker: only 4.5% of U.S. exports go to China. Meanwhile, China depends on the U.S. for over 15% of its trade. That's not retaliation, it's self-sabotage. Even with support from Russia and Pakistan, China can't replace the U.S. consumer base. The Belt and Road isn't enough. The CCP is playing economic chicken and they're losing. Joblessness is soaring. Youth unemployment is breaking records. Civil unrest is growing behind the scenes. But instead of relief, the CCP is ramping up surveillance and launching social control departments designed to monitor, censor, and suppress. Experts warn, China is one spark away from internal chaos. Make no mistake, China's economy is collapsing, not just from U.S. tariffs, but from decades of over-reliance on exports and authoritarian mismanagement. Xi Jinping's refusal to pivot may be the final blow. If China goes down, it won't go quietly. The ripple effects will hit global markets, jobs, and trade, and we will be here to cover every second of it. Like, share, and subscribe to Live News 16 for the raw, unfiltered truth the mainstream won't show you.